and gentlemen, our Senator, Janice Allen, the next Minister of Tourism.
All right, Bree. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, friends. Good evening, comrades and colleagues here in St. James. Thank you very much, Nikisha, party leader, and others on the platform. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been invited here this evening in Allen's constituency to speak about tourism. And tourism, which is so vital to just about everybody in St. James, is obviously important to talk about. But before I go into tourism, I'm going to just give a little information about a special place called St. James Central. St. James Central is really the heart of the parish. It's literally the center of St. James, from Salt Spring to Portobello by way of Sam Sharp Square and the Market District. It is home to, I believe that I might be rivaling West Central when I say that we are home to the majority of the working population in the parish. It is like Farm Heights, Cornwall Court, Cornwall Garden, Rosemount Garden. Did I say Farm Heights? Rose Heights, Portobello, a Green Pond. You see, when you start calling names, people get jealous. But the truth is that the majority of those who work, whether in tourism, in the civil service, in the BPO, they're owners of small businesses, transport providers. There are so many areas that are represented in these communities. And therefore, how we treat these communities is a reflection of how we treat our people. If we expect our people to be productive, and if we expect to have a labor force that Wavell spoke about, then we have to address the needs of these communities. And this is just a snapshot of all the communities, whether it is Rose Heights, where the PNP settled people in Rose Heights. We have to make sure that if it is not water, which is such a priority today, that it is access to affordable housing, which our leader spoke about. Or it is about, with the expansion of the town, that we are ensuring that we are expanding our waste management system and our sewer system. Development is all encompassing. And we cannot measure development simply by the number of hotel rooms built. We have to measure development by how our people's lives are changed. And so the next PNP government, and I should say the incoming PNP government, is serious about ensuring that we put the people first in everything that we do to ensure a better Jamaica for all our citizens. And so, when I look at Montego Bay, which is supposed to be the tourism capital of Jamaica and by extension the region, there is much work that needs to be done. Montego Bay has close to about 10,000 hotel rooms of all types, villas, Airbnb, call it what you may, about 10,000. The industry in Montego Bay employs about 15,000 people directly. But then we also know that there are a lot of indirect employment, transportation, craft, entertainment, retail, food. And when tourism is not doing well, all of these sectors feel it. Just this week, I sat with a manufacturer who enjoyed business courtesy of the tourism industry. But because of the downturn in the industry, which many will try to say all is well. But the truth is, you know, you feel it. And just like that manufacturer who has had to transform or change his business model because the business that was being generated as a result of tourism has taken such a dramatic turn. We are for development. The People's National Party has proven over and over that we are for development. But it's what kind of development? So within the tourism industry, it was us, the PNP, we were the ones who expanded the industry by attracting foreign direct investments, and that is how we have seen the expansion of the all-inclusive model. But today, we now have a lopsided industry. We have a lopsided industry that has caused many other businesses to fail. Many of us Montegonians remember restaurants like Blue Dolphin Grill. They had one right here, so next door. They had Brigadoon down the road. We all remember Townhouse in the town. All of these have dried up and died because the EP, the European plan model of hotels, have not developed as fast as or equivalent to the all-inclusive. So entertainment has failed or has declined. Eating establishments. I mean, Montego Bay, a tourism capital that goes to sleep by 9 o'clock at night. There's not much to do. And if the people, if we are building as a society, entertainment is crucial to that. Social lives is important. And that is how we are going to attract the young people when they get their education. If they don't have something exciting to come back to, they may not see Montego Bay as an option. So we have to invest in that model that will allow us to further expand the supporting services so that more Jamaicans can feel the tourism dollar. And therefore, it is our commitment that when we form government, we will incentivize the investment in EP hotels so that we can rebuild and revitalize the tourism towns across Jamaica. Within tourism, and again, the trailblazers that the PNP has always been, we formulated and instituted the Tourism Enhancement Fund. And as the name says, Tourism Enhancement Fund. The funds collected by this system are supposed to go right back into the very towns that generate the money. Today, we are not seeing the reinvestment in the towns. It is a shame that you cannot, in any part of the city, find a public restroom. You cannot walk uninterrupted on any sidewalk in this town. And I know it happens in other tourism towns. So when you say that you are boasting millions and millions earned each year by tourism, we are not feeling it. And it is time we feel it. The time has come for us to, just like we are going to we're going to change and put back NHT to what it's supposed to be. We're going to put back Tourism Enhancement Fund to what it is supposed to be. When we form government, we will do it. You know, as I speak about development within tourism, in general, I want to just make note of some real issues in our city, which I'm using this as an example because at the end of the day, this is where I will be representing as the Member of Parliament. So, the truth is, development is important. And there has been development around the center of the town. When we look inside the center of the town, it is decaying. And we have to revitalize our city. Because when our people feel like they live somewhere that is progressive, they won't want to leave. Productivity will increase. It sounds simplistic, but the truth is, we have to encourage investment, especially Jamaican investors in Jamaica. And therefore, for those Jamaicans who I see who have been investing their hard-earned dollar into Jamaica, I mean, the other day I walked on Church Street. I walk plenty, you know, party lead. I walk in the town plenty. When I am on Church Street the other day, I saw a gentleman doing some construction. He's a Jamaican who is connected to business and has business in the United States. And today he bought a building on Church Street that he's renovating. He's connected to Eastern Hanover. He's renovating in Montego Bay. And that is an expression of confidence our Jamaican people need to see in other Jamaicans investing in the town. There are too many derelict buildings in our city that ought to be. We must use encouragement for those who are the owners because many of them are overseas and have left their buildings unattended, and that is leading to the downgrade of our city. We have to first encourage them, incentivize them to invest in it, or if needs be, we have to use legislation to acquire some of them because they are leading to the deterioration of the city. And we cannot just leave it like that. And so, whether it is the investment of the tourism dollar in the town or legislation that is going to support us, we must encourage the local development and investment in our town. I see it on Union Street. I see it on Market Street. I see it on Church Street, on East Street. Let us revitalize the city because the city is ours. It is ours and we must develop it for our people. My vision for this city is that places like Canterbury, King Street, Hart Street, Barracks Road can boast both residential and commercial development. My vision for this city is that my 77-year-old mother can walk the streets with ease. My vision for this city is that the children coming from Mobe, Infant and Barracks Road, walking home or getting to wherever, that not because the rain just fell 5 minutes ago that they must be hampered by flooding streets. My vision for this city is that we have a modern, fit-for-purpose transport center so that if wherever you are going, they will have a decent place to access public transportation. If you don't have a vision, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what to do when you get there. So that is my vision. With regard to tourism, I've already mentioned that we will ensure that TEF operates as it should. The truth is that there are challenges. Last year, when the travel advisory was issued by the United States, and I pointed it out in the Senate, people attempted to rubbish what I was saying, that it would have had an impact. You are my witness. Unfortunately, the truth is that it has impacted our industry. I am pleased to see that it has been downgraded, and I hope it remains that way and continue to improve, because nobody here from the PNP is going to celebrate any downfall of any industry. We will point out where there are issues, but we are not going to celebrate when it's not going well. It's not in our interest to celebrate that. We are good-minded people. That's the new hot thing, you know, good-minded people. I have heard Nikisha spoken about Flagstaff and the potential in South St. James for heritage and cultural tourism and Catadupa. I have heard Rochelle speak of agriculture in East Central St. James and the opportunities there are for partnerships with tourism. The next PNP administration will ensure that we invest in these areas of tourism, because when South does well, when East Central does well, when the people do well, you build thriving communities. We must build new attractions in tourism. That is what the Tourism Enhancement Fund is for, and we are committed to that. There's a particular area in the industry, a sector that has cried out, especially in recent times. The transport sector. When we attract investors, we must be strong enough to insist what you are investing in. Stay in your lane. Because it cannot be that you have carte blanche. If you're here to operate a hotel, you operate a hotel. It should not be that the businesses that can and should be operated and have operated for many years by Jamaicans, suddenly our Jamaican transport providers are being squeezed out of the industry. It can't work. It cannot work, and we have already committed to protecting those areas, because just like access to beaches, we are serious about access to business opportunities for our people in the tourism industry. The incoming PNP government, I'm promising you, we will deliver on that. The party leader already spoke about healthcare, but I want to point out something. Healthcare within tourism, if we fix our healthcare system for our people, our tourists will benefit. I've always said, fix Jamaica for Jamaicans, and those who come will enjoy it. We won't have hand to count. Our healthcare system, particularly here in Montego Bay with Cornwall Regional Hospital, it has been said already, but I say it again. It's an atrocity. 8 years, and still there are so many issues that today people are dealing with, those who work there, those who go there for service. If anybody in here feels sick, I know the last place you think of going is Cornwall Regional, when it should be the first. Right now, I heard on the news the talk about an air condition malfunction that is impacting on the delivery of clinical service, clinic. And this is something, according to those who are in charge, have spoken about, who have said that they know it happens every year around this time. Well, if it happens every year around this time, what you're doing about it? It has now impacted service delivery. There is an X-ray machine. The X-ray machine went down about a year and change ago. This is when everybody needs it. Cancer patients need it for CAT scans. Everybody needs it. People have had to be going private, paying upwards of $60,000, $80,000 for something that they should not be paying for. And it came back, they bought a new one. After 1 year, it was finally in commission, and it went back down again. We have maintenance and servicing of our health service, our health sector is crucial to taking care of our people. If we don't take care of our people, how we must ask our people to be productive? In fact, everything that we do must be geared towards building our productivity. And I'm wrapping up, Party Leader. I see you're watching the time because you have to go back to Kingston. We have to ensure that we, you know, this Party Leader of mine, if you, let us take care of our people, right? I will close by just saying this. We are at a most crucial time in our country. We are about to face a very serious decision about the way forward for our beloved country. Now is not the time to sit back and say, make them go on. The time is now for leadership that you can depend on. The time is now for integrity because it matters. The time is now to put the people at the center of every decision that we make. The time is now for the People's National Party to be the next government of this country. The time is now for me to serve you as a Barnaby. As a Barnaby, to serve you in the city of my birth. I look forward to being your member of parliament. Thank you.